Oh, this property here is another just amazing deal. This is one where it's picked up for probably a lower price than it could be picked up just about anywhere at here compared to what it is. This property is humongous. So they did pay a lot. I mean, they paid 325,000 for it, which I mean, that's a lot of money. But as we get more of the details here about the property, and it was built in 2011. It's 6,300 square feet, so it is huge. I don't know how it's only a three-bedroom, three-bath house. At 6,000 square feet, it's got to have a lot of rooms that are dedicated to something in there because, that's just a lot of square footage to not have more bedrooms than that. But as you look at the property, you can see it's a big house, and the value on the property also kind of substantiates that as well. They paid 325, but the value of this property is closer to what do we find out? 800,000?
Yeah, yeah, 879,000. You can see it's right here. I mean, we'll look at it here a little more. One thing that was interesting as well is that off here to the left-hand side, it looks like to me that could be I don't know, maybe it's a shed, but you've got the front in there. I almost wonder if it could be like a mother-in-law apartment or something like that, a little apartment. But yeah, I think there's definitely probably more than 3 bedrooms in it. But you can see, they're valuing it at $879,000. We can see where it's located right here. You're kind of, New York on this side, Vermont on this side.
Yeah, you're basically, is that ocean access or was that lake? What are we looking at there?
I actually don't even know myself. I should look that up.
Well, if you scroll out far enough, does it show? I mean, does it touch the ocean anywhere here? How far inland are we?
No, it's in.
Oh, I see. I see. It's inland quite a
Yeah, I
ways.
mean it's closer to Vermont, and it's up here at the top part of New York. So it's some lake. I can't remember if Lake Champlain. Champlain. Yeah,
Interesting.
right there. I don't know why I was blanking that,
Yeah,
but
that's a nice property, and I mean, basically, there's almost $500,000 in potential profitability in this house.
yeah, yeah. I mean, really kind of a cool location. I was looking at some of the things around it, and breaking down the numbers. You can see they paid 325, worth about 880. So there's over $500,000 in potential equity, in this deal. So sure they paid up for it, but this is one of those top tier properties that they still picked up for less than 50 cents on the dollar. And there's possibility to make over $500,000 on this deal. So yeah, it's going to take some money to get up to a deal like this, but you can see that it rents out for, almost $4,200 a month.
Yeah, that's a lot of. You're talking about $50,000 a year is what it's renting out at. That's uh, it's a considerable amount of income here for a property to be able to bring in. I mean, sure, they paid $300,000 for it, but that is, yeah, that's a tremendous amount of monthly revenue.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it's going to pay itself off in, 6.5 years. But even in that, we're talking about, at that point, you're going to be, it's probably going to be worth nearly $1 million, and you own it outright. And that's where you can really create wealth is as you get into these class 4, class 5 homes. Make sure that you're picking up the best type. This would be a great example of one where, even if it takes 6.5 years, you have that much equity in that property, in essentially something that's been paid off. Or you could take a loan against it and go buy more. I mean, there's just so many options when you're looking at this where you can get creative with it as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be a pretty easy way to turn 325,000 into $1 million. I mean, that if you were to just hang on to it for a few years here as you rented the place out and lived in it, it probably would go up to that $1 million mark.